Last night, the IPFW men's volleyball team got back on the winning track, defeating Mercyhurst 3-0. Tonight, they try to make it 2 in a row as they get set to entertain the Ramblers of Loyola of Chicago. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Maas. Welcome once again to IPFW Volleyball. I'm joined, as always, by women's head coach Kelly Hartley. And Kelly, Coach Arnie Ball says tonight's the most important match of the year.
Well, any conference match, I'll argue with him on this one, any conference match is certainly important. Loyola being ranked nationally ahead of them is very important. They're a very defensive-oriented team, while we're an offensive-oriented team, so that should make tonight's match very, very exciting. But, boy, it's cold outside. I hope they can get things going inside tonight.
IPFW lost a tough one to Penn State last week. Do you think they're thinking about that match, getting ready for tonight against another nationally ranked team?
No, I don't. I think that the Dons get up for the big ones. They were flat last night, so I think they're probably emotionally more ready tonight.
Well, it's number 14, Loyola of Chicago, against number 15, IPFW. Starting lineups, first serve just ahead, right here on College 56 Sports.
That book was all right. You looked at the next book.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
When the 3 R's of education are mentioned, you probably think of reading, writing, and arithmetic. But to some students, those 3 R's could mean rigatoni, roast, or roux. Today on IPFW Up Close, we'll be learning all about the Hospitality and Tourism Management Program offered by the Department of Consumer and Family Sciences. And more specifically, we'll learn about the Spring Dinner Series. Join me, Jeanette Liu, and we'll find out what's cooking at IPFW, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access Channel 56.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. This is Mike Maas along with Kelly Hartley getting ready to call the action in tonight's men's volleyball match featuring the 14th-ranked Ramblers of Loyola University of Chicago and the 15th-ranked IPFW Volleyball. We'll get you these starters as we go along as we want to get this match started. Loyola in the maroon jerseys with black shorts. They will serve first real quickly. Mike Alish, number 1, is a 6'3 junior from Elgin, Illinois. Shane Davis, number 4, is your setter, senior out of Denver, Iowa. Dan Haas, number 5, is one of the middles. Sean Shorter, number 6, is the other. Justin Schnorr is their big gun, a 6'4 senior outside hitter out of Racine, Wisconsin. Dan Kellum, number 12, is another outside hitter. And Christian Scherzak, number 14, will be the libero. And we are underway at this first point of the match. And a good block by Ruiz at the net. And the first point goes to Loyola, I believe on a net violation, Kelly.
Yeah, Dennis Santiago appears to have been in the net. At least the down official thought he was, and that's what's important.
Dan Haas serving for Loyola, and putting it away is Angel Ruiz. Angel coming off a 15-kill night last night against Mercyhurst, just picking up where he left off.
Yeah, and I like to see him establish the middle early in game 1. Coach Ball tells me they worked on that a lot in practice all week, getting going in transition offense and getting the middles particularly more involved.
Good return by Ruiz Rivera. Coming through with a big point is number 6 there, Sean Schroeder. He's a 6'9 junior out of St. Louis, Missouri. And the Ramblers have an early 2-1 lead. Santiago set up Ruiz, and it's blocked at the net by Schroeder. And Loyola's now up 3-1. Just a good look at Mike Alish. Service error. And the serve goes over to IPFW. Dennis Santiago had a career night last night, Kelly. 9 service aces against Mercyhurst.
Yeah, that was the second thing Coach Ball told me they focused on a lot in practice all week was serving. And of course, he misses that serve because you talk nice about him. They always do that to you.
Justin Schnorr, senior, has been with Loyola what seems like forever, serving. Schroeder with another block at the net, denying Ruiz. Loyola now up 5-2. And the second service error for Loyola. Schnorr pounds one into the net. Jeff Patak, fifth-year senior out of Hamburg, New York, serving. Good block by Sikcha. Free ball for IPFW. Let's see what they can do. Sadar Sikcha puts it home.
Yeah, again, Dons are successful in transition, getting their middles involved. Starts with handling the ball. It's a great pass.
Jeff Patak serving to try to square this first game up at 5 apiece. Good block by Sikcha at the net. Schnorr off the hands of, I believe, Ruiz Rivera. Point Loyola. Sean Schroeder serving for the Ramblers. Good dig by Schnorr. Defensive return. Matt Zubashevsky knocks it home.
Yeah, the Mastodons are going to have to be somewhat patient tonight. They're going to get several tries because Loyola's going to send the ball back, and they just can't get frustrated. Continue to get good swings and keep the ball in play.
Sadar Sikcha serving, freshman out of Turkey. And another freshman, Angel Ruiz Rivera, gets, I believe, his first kill of the night. We're tied at 6. Service error by Sikcha. Makes our score 7-6 in favor of Loyola. Shane Davis setting or serving rather for Loyola. Point goes to Loyola. Ryan Staley unable to save it. Kelly, I know one of the things that the coaches were talking to me before the match about was how important it was for IPFW to get off to a good start tonight.
Well, no one likes to dig a hole, maybe because they were a little flat at times. Definitely after the first set. Last night, they felt like they needed to get a good start tonight.
Nice kill by Sikcha. Brings IPFW to within 1 at 8-7, and now Matt Zubashevsky with the new hairdo serving. Dig by Zubashevsky. Dons have to defensively return it. Davis setting up.
Loyola not able to take advantage of that free ball given to them by the Mastodons.
Third tie of this first set. Tied at 8. Service error by Zubashevsky.
And you're going to call Zubashevsky's hairdo a hairdo. When you have no hair, do you get a hairdo still?
Not really sure. Lack of hair may have helped. He got that kill. It was just inside the line.
Well, and that's that blue set that Matt hits so well. They run it so well with Dennis setting the ball nice and low. Block doesn't have time to get over there to hit a good gap to swing between.
Angel Ruiz Rivera getting ready to serve. We're tied at 9. Davis set up pass. Van Haas puts it down.
Not certain that they intend to serve the libero. They're swing players, number 11, number 12, Schnorr and Callum, I thought was who they were going to serve tonight. Mark Fonda tells me.
Angel Ruiz already has 2 kills, and last night he just had a great night. So he led the attack with 15 kills. Schnorr dug out by Ruiz Rivera. Santiago saves it. Attack returns it. Schnorr dug out by Sobaszewski. Battle at the net. Kellum dug out by Ruiz Rivera. Kellum with a dig.
And a long rally of men's volleyball. Love it.
Finally, Loyola gets the point. Longest rally of the match.
That might be the longest rally of the year in this gym. Some great defensive effort on both sides of the net. We said how defensive-oriented Loyola was, but the Mastodons looking good there as well.
Service error by Alish. And that's got to be disappointing after you come back with a long rally to come back and just knock a serve out.
I don't know. My team's never done that. Sarcasm there.
Santiago with the serve. Davis setting up Schnorr. Dug out by Santiago. But Tack hammers it down and home.
It has to be encouraging for Coach Ball to see Schnorr this early do something off speed. The long rally before he got several swings and did not put the ball away. Maybe he's frustrated early.
IPFW with their first lead of the night here at 12-11. Davis, the Schnorr off the fingertips of Ruiz Rivera. Point Loyola.
Maybe he heard me. Hit high off the fingertips. That's a good shot.
Schnorr serving for Loyola. Santiago sets up attack, and it's long. Just long. Ramblers regain the lead at 13-12, and this is like a heavyweight fight. And Santiago setting up Sikcha, and it's wide. Loyola up by 2 now at 14-12. Justin Schnorr just continued serving. And third point in a row brings us to our first timeout. Our score, Loyola 15, IPFW 12. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
Hi. I was wondering if you wanted to go out maybe or something, if you had time.
I can tell by your excitable behavior and verbal faux pas that you have generalized anxiety with paranoid tendencies. It would never work.
Okay, thanks.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
You may have noticed IPFW's basketball games are a lot more fun this year, thanks to our very own Pep Band. Hi, I'm Krista Markham.
I'm Matt Ehrman.
And I'm Barry Sturgill, Stop Band Director. The Stop Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join.
This is a great chance to be a part of a new tradition at IPFW and meet lots of great people, too.
So dust off those jumpers, pull the flutes out of the attic, and join us at the next game.
Call 260-481-6166 for more information on how you can share your school spirit and IPFW pride.
Back at the Hurricane Sports Center, IPFW trailing Loyola 15-12 here in the first set of our best-of-5 match. Sean Schroeder makes it 16-12. Loyola has run off 5 points in a row. Santiago sets up Patak, and Jeff Patak's got that one for a good kill.
Well, and Schroeder stayed with the middle again, was on his way down when Patak hit that ball, so he was able to hit it over him.
Jeff Patak. Davis setting up Schnorr, and it's blocked by Sikcha. 2 points in a row for IPFW. They now close the gap to within 2 at 16-14. Patak continuing to serve. Davis setting up Kellum, blocked by Sikcha. Another shot blocked wide. And the Dons have come back with 3 points in a row. Now it's just a 1-point game. Jeff Patak continuing with that jump serve. Davis for Alish, blocked. Wide, however, by Ruiz Rivera. Point goes to Loyola. Dons thwarted in their chance to tie this game, just for the moment. Schroeder, conventional serve. Sikcha long with the kill attempt. Just like that, Loyola's back up 18-15. Ruiz Rivera wide with that shot. And IPFW calls that timeout, trailing 19-15.
Yeah, several hitting errors leading up to that run. I want to make Loyola earn their points at this point. And certainly, play defense and work real hard, and the Mastodons aren't making them do that. We're giving them easy points by making hitting errors. Sika is having such a great freshman year in terms of blocking. I think he does. He leads the Don in blocks per game as a freshman middle. That's remarkable. However, offensively at times struggles. And I think that'll come. I tell Coach Paul just to be patient with them. He's not listening to me, though.
One doesn't mean I never listen to a woman.
Hey.
I admit it, but I'm right.
You must not hang around me.
It's been a big day here at IPFW. Early this afternoon, the IPFW men's basketball team won their third straight game. They closed out the home portion of their schedule with an 84-61 win over Wright State of the Horizon League. And now the Volleyball is going to try to make it 2 in a row by beating Loyola, but it's a tough chore. Loyola 7-3, 4-1 in conference play. Santiago sets up Zbyszewski.
And congratulations to Brad Noel, who I believe scored his 1,000th career point today, a senior. I think they have one game left?
They have one game
Just
left,
one
Tuesday
game left
night
in his
at
career.
the University of Maine.
And the women's basketball team, I think they've won like 6 of their last 8 or 9.
Right, and they've got one more game Wednesday at Cleveland State.
Okay.
Kellum comes up with the kill. And Loyola increases their lead to 4 at 20-16. Shane Davis, 6'4" senior out of Denver, Iowa, serving. Davis setting up. Got a point to IPFW. Not really sure what that call is.
The up official, Dan Hauser, just didn't like the way it came out of his hands. Called it a double. I think that's a good call. And the game hasn't changed. Second contact still needs to come out clean by the setter.
Ruiz Rivera hit the net.
Hit the overpass well, but also hit the net. Royals beckoning for a towel. There must be a wet spot out there. That's certainly dangerous.
21-17 is our score. Loyola on top. Again, we said last year Loyola won both matches between these two teams. And they took it in 3 in Chicago and took 4 games to win here at the Gates Center. Overall series, IPFW leads 11-3.
It's interesting when you look at the Loyola roster. Gosh, most of their team is from the Midwest. I mean, it's just interesting in men's volleyball. You see a lot of West Coast players, just because that's where, high school volleyball and, in our team we have some
our team's all over the
map. All over the map, all over the globe.
Puerto Rico and Illinois and New York and Alaska and Ohio and Canada and Turkey. Just goes to show you what a kind of a recruiter Arnie Ball is. He'll go any place where he can hit the golf ball.
That's. I wasn't going to be the one to point that out, but certainly those trips to Puerto Rico, he packs rather rather heavy, I think. The sticks are definitely along on those trips.
Still trying to get the floor problem solved. And with the snow falling as hard as it is outside, I'm not sure they're going to get it solved. It is a concern. IPFW gets to go on the road next week, Kelly. They got 2 important matches. Tuesday down in Columbus against Ohio State, and then next Friday down in Muncie against Ball State. And last night, Ohio State beat Ball State.
Right, and Loyola beat Ball State.
Yeah, that's true.
Last week.
Right.
So yeah, that's an important week next week for the Mastodons. We've got to get through this one first, obviously.
Head coach Tim O'Brien talking with Greg Roth, trying to figure out what they're going to do.
I think they're trying to determine where that water's coming from, if it's dripping from the ceiling.
Still trying to wipe up the floor.
The match to Ball State next week, on a side note, a bus of fans are going down to watch the Ball State match, departing from the Gate Center at 5:30, consisting mostly of the Booster Club, the Volleyball Booster Club, the members of that getting on the bus about 5:30, having some snacks and beverages on the bus, getting riled up to support the Mastodons down there. And yes, I will be on that bus, if anyone cares.
Well, it's going to be unusual. IPFW with 16 home matches this year, and a lot of them came early. This is not counting their trip to Puerto Rico. This is actually the first time they're going to be on the road.
Yeah, they have a nice schedule this year. I don't know how Coach Ball did that. I think it's just the way it works out when people, you go, you travel, and people pay you back. I know next year my team will be home a little bit more finally after the last couple years of being on the road a ton. People do the right and professional thing and try and pay that back and visit your place.
While we're still waiting, Kelly, we got this little delay. Briefly, one thing that I did notice about your schedule next year, you're going to host that national independent tournament that you won down in Texas this year.
Yes, it'll be a 5-team tournament again. However, a couple different teams, Utah Valley State transitioning to Division I, and Northern Colorado also making the transition to Division I instead of Centenary and Lipscomb, who both found homes in conferences. We'll have Texas Pan American and Texas Corpus Christi back here. I should say Texas A&M Corpus Christi back here. So it's a 5-team tournament. As you said, our team won that last year, and we're excited to host it this year.
There's a potential, let's see, 2000 and maybe 17?
I couldn't even guess.
2020. Again, if you just joined us, we are in set number 1, our best of 5 set match. Loyola leading 21-17. We've got a momentary delay due to a leak on the floor.
We just had a good look at the IPFW bench, getting their groove on, and certainly ready to go in if the starters don't keep it together here. Last night they went in game 3, from what I understand, and closed it out for the Mastodons. Miss Dreisbach, who, as you see right there, does a mean, I'm not sure what that's called in country dancing, but I'm sure it's a move that someone could recognize and identify. Had a great match. I think he had 9 kills. I'm not sure, but I know he went in game 3 and did a real nice job. He's done that several times with Mastodons, come off the bench and played real well. And that's a component this team did not have last year, a deep bench. Javier Garcia, I mean, you look down there at people who have experience. Mike Daiga, the freshman from Ohio, came in last night and did a real good job in the middle.
You have to admit it was interesting not to see Jeff Patak, not to see Matt Zipashevsky, not to see Sadar Sik on the court. Seeing Ryan Staley, who is the libero normally, he took off the white shirt, put on the blue shirt, and he played the regular rotation.
Outside.
And as you say, Mitch Dreisbach came in set 3 and did very well. The team won 35-33 to close out the match. But when you start and think about it, we've got Jeff Patak this year, we got Angel Ruiz this year, but we lose them. And so it's great to get experience for somebody like a Mitch Dryspot, who hopefully will be ready to help not only this year, but come into his own next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other, rationale for subbing like that Coach Ball might have looked at is if your team's playing flat, and he was unhappy with his team's play last night after that first set, you got to shake things up and look for maybe a different combination. So getting experience for your underclassmen in a match like last night is definitely the right thing to do. And still win.
A rarity for indoor sports. We've got a rain delay of sorts. Again, we're in a delay. 21-17, Loyola leading IPFW here in set number 1. Players are trying to stay loose. And I know especially for somebody like Matt Zibaszewski and Jeff Patak, who have had the knee surgery, it's paramount that they stay loose. And you got the coaches now along with the officials and Sports Information Director Mike Jewell meeting in front of the scorer's table trying to decide what they're going to do.
Yeah, you talk about physically staying loose, but mentally staying prepared and into the flow of this match is important too. Score 21-17. Mastodons, could come out and take advantage of this timeout is basically what it is. Long one.
Longer than planned, that's for sure.
Hopefully we're going to have some tape here on Coach Ball talking about Ryan Staley, who's been playing libero for the Dons. Let's take a look at Coach Ball talking about Staley. Well, hopefully we'll find that, but I'd like to talk a little about Ryan Staley if we're not going to listen to Coach Ball. He's a tremendous athlete and understands the game very well. In fact, he's an official. I've seen him out officiating when I'm recruiting, and has a true love and passion for the game. Good boy.
I think the key word is passion. I know he wasn't happy last week when we lost to Penn State, and wasn't happy when we lost the first match in Santa Barbara. Doesn't take defeat too easily.
Well, another thing to point out is he's set for this team. He's played outside. He's just very versatile. His athletic ability and knowledge of the game lends itself to that.
Hope to have that tape momentarily.
And usually that means that's a kiss of death as a player. When your coach tells you, you're probably the best all-around player we have, but you're not going to play very much. And you go, wait a minute, you just told me I'm the best all-around player, but I'm not going to play. And Ryan can do all the things on the court except middle block and middle hit. I mean, he can pass, he can hit, he can set, he can play libero, he can come in off the bench. You need players like that. The infamous quote by Coach Johnson, you're only an ankle injury away from playing. Well, as we look at Ryan, if something happens to Dennis, Ryan's in the game. If we need to take Dennis out and sit him down because he's making some bad choices, Ryan's in the game. If we need a change in libero, Ryan's in the game. If we need somebody to come in and stick a jump serve, Ryan's in the game. If we need somebody to play on the outside where Javier and the New Angels playing because they're having a bad night, or heaven forbid, we have an ankle injury or a finger injury or whatever, Ryan's in the game. As a coach, you live to find people like that who have an attitude of, yes, I know I can play all these positions, and I'm willing to do so whenever called upon.
Well, it's the words of Coach Arnie Ball talking about Ryan Staley, and Ryan really is a jack of all trades, Kelly.
You know, he
wherever
is.
the coach wants him to.
He is, and what an attitude, you know, because to have that type of ability and to be in this type of role where you're, as kind of Coach Johnson put it, ankle injury away from playing, you know, that'd be tough to swallow for some people with any type of ego. But he understands that this is how he can help the team, and he genuinely wants this team to win, and that's his role, and he's accepted it and has a great attitude about it.
Well, what you're looking at there is a shot of head coach Arnie Ball, SID Mike Jewell. There's Mark Pope, our athletic director. And Arnie came over a moment ago and told us that what they're thinking of doing is closing one section of the bleachers down. Now, which section, I don't know.
I would say the north side, which is across from us, because if they put the court up over there, they'll have a little higher ceiling to deal with. Behind us, there is another court, the south court, or I'm sorry, the north court is behind us. But over that court is a baseball net, which drops down, so the baseball team can hit inside, but does make for a lower playing area, which would interfere. And it's darker, too, with those nets hanging above the lights. What they're looking to get away from, I think, is the main court, because it appears there's maybe a drip coming from the ceiling with the extreme weather we're having tonight. And short of having the ceiling fixed tonight, just moving to another court, which we do have that ability here. And despite the weather, you know, I mean, it's not, of course, the 1,500 or so that were here against Penn State, but some people did face the weather and enjoying some volleyball here tonight. They might have to get up and move, however, to the other side of the gym if we do have to push those bleachers back and set up another court.
Well, again, in case you've just joined us, we've had quite a lengthy delay. We're in set number 1, our best of 5 match, pitting number 14 Loyola Chicago against number 15 IPFW. It's 21-17 Ramblers.
Well, it does appear that that's what they're going to do. They're going to move the fans from the stands on the, boy, I'm so bad with directions, but across from us, the south side of the gym, over to the other side, and there are enough seats on the other side, and then set up another court on the south side of the gym, and at least it'll be dry. Not ideal, but certainly doable.
Well, I've never had this happen for an indoor event before. Well, this weather delay is going to. We sure cannot do it right now. With the courts having to be moved over, unfortunately, it's going to cause a termination of our telecast tonight because our camera positions are going to be vacated. The stands have to be pushed back, and our cameras can't stay there. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to bring you the rest of this volleyball match, and we do apologize.
We'll apologize, and I need to throw a personal apology out to Smiley. That is Linda Remke, who's a member of our booster club's father, and he watches faithfully, I hear. So Smiley, I'm sorry you're not going to be able to catch this one. We'll have to call you later. Linda and Craig will call you later with the outcome.
Well, again, we apologize, but Mother Nature is having fun, so to speak, not only outside with a lot of snow and wind and cold temperatures, but inside it's caused a major delay, and we're going to have to move the court. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave the air. We will not be able to continue telecasting tonight's match. I can tell you that you can do one of two things. You could look in tomorrow's paper, or you could tune into Mastodon Spotlight next Wednesday night. Granted, it'll be after the fact, but we'll be able to at least talk about the match briefly.
And the local TV stations will carry the scores tonight.
Yep, TV stations will have it on their 11 o'clock sports cast. But again, we apologize due to weather conditions, and we're not going to be able to continue this match. So,
let's go get some popcorn, Mike. Enjoy the match.
Even though I'm not supposed to eat it. Okay, this time we're going to say sorry about that, folks, but tune in again real briefly. Our next broadcast, weather permitting, will be March 8th when Ohio State comes to town. First serve against at 7 o'clock, and later on the line we'll see Lewis and Ball State as well. But again, we have to cut it short due to weather conditions and moving of the court. So this is Mike Miles for Kelly Hartley saying sorry about that, folks, but stay in, stay warm, and we'll see you soon here in College 56 Sports.